Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Thea 2 the Shattering for what is going to be, I suspect, a menu-heavy episode. I guess all of my episodes are menu-heavy episodes, right? I spend a lot of time clicking around in here. But I was looking at this and I think I figured out what I want to do. We're going to go for heavy armor here, not because I think it's definitely the right choice, but because we need to know, for the future, how heavy armor is when you try to make it with the lightest possible components. Basically, we need to figure out what, the carry limit thresholds of using heavy armor are. So, we're going to spend 3 advancement points thusly. And then I think we're going to go pole arms for right now. We will come back and get, thrown spears or something for the perception characters. But I want to pick up, pole arms right now because I want to see how high we can drive first strike damage. This is another long-term information gain thing. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely go all the way, and there's no sense in picking up the one-handed version when the whole point of using a polearm over another weapon is to try to kill the enemy before battle actually happens. So, who cares if you can equip a shield in your other hand? Plus, the orcs don't like to use one-handed weapons anyway. So let's go play around a little bit. Let's click around in some menus and figure some stuff out here. Alright, I might actually even want to take notes. I'm probably going to open up Notepad++ really quickly here. Okay. So, let's talk about heavy armor. If we were going to make heavy armor out of bone, first of all, what are the weight differences between the different types of bone? Let's just go here, let's just put this... I guess this is what we're thinking of, right? So, if we made heavy armor like this, it would weigh 193 weights, 193 whatever weight unit. I'm kind of curious, the mouse over text on improved resource says that things made from improved resources are a bit lighter and faster and of higher value. And wild resource requires much more work, so they have a higher crafting point cost, have significantly better value and increased essence amounts. It does not say anything about weight, so that's interesting. Alright, so if we make it out of ruby and monster bone, it would weigh 193. Out of curiosity, if we swap this second thing around, wood is heavier, I would expect metal to be heavier than that even, and then how about leather? Leather comes in around the same as gem. It's close. Okay, so I kind of figured bone and gem would be the lightest way to go. I guess I'm not comparing fair here though. It's normal leather versus normal gem. Okay, and the weight difference between, say, normal gem and improved gem and wild gem. Okay. So that weight reduction from the resource being an improved type is actually very significant. You can get some pretty light heavy armor. Last time we were making heavy armor out of granite, and it was murder. It was granite and wood, right? Yeah, 287. Okay, so if we put this here, comparing the different types of bones, we get 193, 142, and I'm assuming, again, around 190, 186. Okay. So if we made armor out of... Remember, we can just go and get topaz. If we made our armor out of topaz and bloodbone, it would actually be extremely lightweight. That is an amount of weight. How much weight do we have left on our hunter with all of our current gear? Okay. We have 155, and we could cut... this doesn't need to be on here, but it's also pretty light. Oh, sorry, we have 155. We have 193. So yeah, that would totally work. In fact, it will work even without both of the resources being light. Dragon Bone is going to end us up with 163. Okay, so Dragon Bone, despite not being listed as an improved resource, seems to have a similar amount of weight reduction. We have enough resources to build some Dragon Bone. I don't remember exactly how much coal we have, but we can make this happen. Elemental armor made this way, right, improves both the purple stats because we're using purple resources for both slots. So, is leather red? Leather is red. I would prefer that we not be purple. And do the different types of leather change what kind of boost we're getting? No, it's always a percentage boost. But if both of the slots were red, we would get a percentage boost plus a flat boost. Okay. The crafting system's actually pretty complicated. There's a lot going on here. So, we could get Bloodbone. There's a source of Bloodbone near the town. We'd have to get another advancement point in order to actually mine it. But I think if we're going to go Bone, we should probably just try to do Dragon Bone. So this makes 180. If we were to use Scaled Leather instead, we can get it down to 150. But we have easy sources of Enchanted Leather, and we don't have easy sources of Scaled Leather. And the trash chance of making this isn't that high because the primary material is not made of a wild resource. So I think this is kind of how we want to do it. This Dragon Heavy Armor gives us 54 points of red shielding or 26 points of all color with a 10% increase to health. And also Faith, not that it matters a huge amount. What's the carrying capacity like on our Wraith? That's not what I wanted. Here we go. The Wraith can carry a ton of weight. We need to get her a book. Yeah. That's another problem. Like, if we want to be able to make weapons, quote-unquote weapons, if we want to be able to make equipable fighty items for the people who are not using traditional weapons, we're going to find ourselves in rough shape on advancement points, because we already know we want to spend 3 advancement points on making javelins as well. Okay, well, got our work cut out for us. Let's go look at the polearms. Polearms. If we want to make relatively light polearms, we're probably talking again about gems in one slot, and then metal, stone, wood is pretty heavy materials. If we did something like this, we can make a 1.1 first strike. We can't use the Dragon Bone. We could try to spend some more advancement points on advanced materials. We just need a lot more advancement points. It turns out always need more advancement points. So that's with 2 wild resources. We're not going to do any better than that until we're generating stuff on our own. But like a 1.1 first strike with a 1.5 attack following it is not bad. Yeah, we need to get better materials. Well, let's start with armor. We are very poorly armored. And I think I like a lot the idea of making dragon armor out of enchanted leather and dragon bones. And we probably do just want to go for a couple of suits of red armor, right? Here, let's put both of these in the thing. We'll put them both in the queue, and we'll figure out exactly what we want to do with them later. So, dragon bone and this guy, elemental version. Okay. So it'd be 30 dragon bone per, which means each time we want to do that, we have to execute the dragon bone recipe 15 times. We have 50 coal, so not a problem. Okay, let's make like a whole lot of dragon bone. I don't know if there's an easy way to do this. I want it to... What does this button do? Okay, for some reason, that means go back to 1. Can I just type in this? No, I cannot. Okay. I want to do this 30 times. We're going to make a whole lot of dragon bone, and we're going to craft a couple of suits of real good armor. So, in order to accomplish that, we're going to need a hell of a lot more shadow bone than we are currently gathering. We also still really just need more hands. But it's a problem we're working on slowly, right? I do want to gather some fish. That's pretty important. Neither one of you actually needs to be gathering iron. Let's just pull people onto this. We are going to need more enchanted leather. We're almost certainly going to end up needing more enchanted wood. Okay, I'm comfortable with that. So we need to get to a pretty large amount of dragon bone. We need to get to 300 shadow bone here. We don't have to gather it all before we start building. You know, at some point here, it's going to make sense to shift somebody over onto actually combining the dragon bone up. Okay, Kryha the Wraith. I do not think that wisdom or perception are super relevant to the things you're going to be doing. Wisdom might be. Let's see, innate challenge stuff. She has Ghost Touch, which unfortunately scales with intelligence, not wisdom. And Rain of Frogs, which always scales with destiny. It's a little awkward. But, yeah, my point was, I don't think this point of wisdom is huge for us. It obviously is best for doing stuff around town. But I'm going to take double wits. As it is, she is our primary weapon in purple challenges, so she's actually going to have to get played onto the battlefield fairly frequently, I think, which means she needs to be fast. She needs to be ready to get out there and do battle. I really appreciate the way the crafting system is set up. You have a lot of different concerns. There are a lot of different there are a lot of good reasons to do a lot of different things. I get really frustrated by systems that seem to have a significant amount of complexity, but then once you really dig into them and start to understand the math, it turns out that almost all of it is false choice. Like, because it's so awkward to get resources here, because advanced resources require both so much work and so much coal and stuff, there are good reasons to make what you might call lesser items. It's not just a matter of one time doing the math to figure out what is best and then always making the best thing. So, do we want to pull some people over onto armor now? We're at... Or sorry, not this. We're at 113 of the shadow bone that we need. We could probably... Let's get closer to 200, and then we can slow the rate down and start doing the transfers. And continuing to quest at this point is going to probably be our best source of research. You can see the thing is slowly filling over time thanks to our school, but it is slowly. And we have some quests that we can do. We can go get vengeance. I believe this is getting vengeance for that little girl's family. It'll be good to have some armor for going to do that. That's probably good enough. I mean, this is a pretty arbitrary decision. But I've decided that this moment is when it is good enough. Get over here and start making me dragon bone. Interesting. It's looking like he won't start until we have all the ingredients, but I'm pretty sure that's not correct. I think he will start work immediately. Yeah, see, he's doing it. We're gonna burn through the shadow bone pretty quickly. I may not have given us enough lead time for maximum efficiency here. And then we gotta talk about cooking as well, right? Well, no, I guess we still have a lot of the recipes. We're out of meat, so we can't make any more grilled meat. Yeah, we're fine on this stuff for the moment. What's morale looking like? Okay, we're nowhere near that second point of task efficiency. In town, it really is just like the 80 to 89 and the 30 to 39 brackets that matter. Please do not ever burn the coal for the sake of keeping the village lit. And in fact, we can turn off the use of these higher level things. Do not allow the use of new fuel items. Just burn basic wood. And it's fine if they burn dark wood or whatever. We can get more dark wood. But once we're going back out into the field, into battle, these other thresholds start to matter a lot more. Okay, experience point gain from events doubled for all characters. Pretty good time for that. So we can improve Ghost Touch. It feels like we ought to, right? So it scales with Strength on Red, which is good. Her strength is totally fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed that we didn't get a witch because there are so many... Well, actually, I was going to say because there are so many special options in encounters that require you to have a witch, but we don't know that that's not true of the Wraith, right? We've never actually had a Wraith. Okay, your orc child is about to become an adult. As such, they will undergo the croppings. Guide your child to your kin and ask them for training. There is a risk the child will stay with their clan, but if they decide to return to you, they will surely be stronger for it. To pursue rare classes, the child will often need a high stat in the appropriate field. Exact numbers vary. She has 8 strength. She's actually incredibly strong. Okay, the right to become matriarch is rare and carries much danger, but send your child to be tested. That's interesting. It doesn't say what stat it's based on, so what is she good at? She has 8 strength and 8 mysticism. Not so much with the yellow stuff. I mean, honestly, her stats are all pretty good, though. Especially for a child. Or we could send her out to be trained as a slugger, or we could try to make her a witch. I'm a little torn. I kind of want to click on matriarch here, just because it says the right to become matriarch is rare. I don't know if that means that this option is rarely available, or if it means that the good outcome from this option has a small percentage chance of occurring. I'm gonna do that one. Like, we need another fighter, in my opinion. We need at least one more warrior. I'd love to have a warrior and the hunter and the chosen be like our battle party, and then we could leave Widowmaker here in town to be the town's gatherer and also primary means of physical defense. But this is I'm very curious. We gotta click this, right? The orcs deem your child useless, but the youth grows into a skilled crafter. Wow, those are some big boosts. Okay, well, rejoice. I'm pretty bummed out about that, but it's not the end of the world, and more hands around the village is certainly useful. So 16 strength, 17 wisdom. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, Bogdan, yeah, wisdom makes sense for him. That's okay. We didn't need more crafters, but I'm not going to complain about it too much. So where are we at on this? You know what? Actually, it looks like we probably are making bone fast enough that we'll hit the threshold. Well, yeah, we'll hit the threshold for making the rest of the dragon bone before our dwarf runs out of work to do. And then we'll make a couple of really good suits of armor. Sudden scream as you're running to the barn, where you find a large, black, shaggy cat with shiny eyes. It barks when it sees you, like cats do. This is an Owinic, or maybe Ovinic, an odd house demon that cares for the homestead but is extremely critical of the farmer. I think this might be an event that we've not seen before. While it can protect you from fires and keep your crops healthy and safe in storage, it can also do the opposite if not shown respect. Gift it with grain if you can. Okay, we have grain. The Ovinic seems pleased with your efforts. Your crops are kept clean and safe, thus increasing yield, and your gatherers feel strengthened too. We gained a mediocre level cat and a point of gathering skill. Okay, that's cool. Alright, you could take, I don't love sneak attack, but it's certainly better than brute force. I wonder why we're seeing sneak attack on him instead of ghostly axe, if there was something about the other hunter characters in the other game that was causing them to get ghostly axe instead. Alright, we're getting pretty close to done here. I don't know, I don't want to pull anybody off of bone gathering until we actually have enough. Oh! Never mind. We actually have enough. So he's got to be the best worker still, right? Yeah, by a pretty significant margin. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move Bloodseeker onto this task. This is a job for Trollfine. So we got to figure out what we actually want to build here. I think we're probably going to want... I'm looking at us, though. We don't really have a character who's like a red challenge character. Yeah, like everybody... I think it is the case that almost everybody in the party is potentially going to be used in all colors of challenges, so maybe we should just make both of these suits of armor the multicolored ones. And these do give the bonus health. Oh, and like the Chosen definitely wants bonus health armor. Yeah, let's do this. And you guys can come and assist off of that, because we really don't need any more Shadowbone at the moment. Okay, 15% masterwork quality, 11% trash quality. Fingers crossed, everybody. We're more likely to get masterwork than we are garbage. I want to make sure that I grab you as soon as you are done here. Okay, we need one more dragon bone. Wait, hold on. Does it say 5 there? Because there's a check mark, like we have enough, but it looks like we have 5 Shadowbone, but we need 10? Yeah, that's totally... Huh, that's totally what happened. Well, Bogdan, come and get this real quick. Actually, you, come... Help him come and get this real quick. Oh, actually, you know what it probably is? It's probably that it, like, already spent the resources because I had started to make that point of Dragonbone, because we had a little bit of progress in the bar. So it had already claimed the 10 Shadowbone. I bet that's what it was. Which means that little delay was not necessary. Okay, I guess you were on leather. Alright, let's have a look at that first suit of armor. It is finished. We got a totally normal quality suit of armor. That is absolutely fine by me. Let's throw that on Trothvine. And then Tomko gets the other one. Yeah, and it's well within carrying limit. Yeah, heavy armor is not really that heavy, or at least it doesn't have to be that heavy. So, I would love to move the cat to Krya, but apparently ghosts cannot have pets. And it's not really doing anything on Bloodseeker. We should probably... Like, what do I want to replace it with? I guess just a pet that might be useful as a blocker in combat makes sense. And then really on Trothvine, what I would love to do is replace this horse with the 10 points of health increase, but we have to be a little wary about Trothvine's move speed, because dwarves are very slow. Yeah, we'll probably keep the horse for now. It's taking him up from 3 to 5.8. He's going to go out with Tomko. Tomko is also actually quite slow. Oh, and we are seeing move speed reductions here from the snow. I was wondering, like, why is he only have 4 movement? Yeah, that won't be a big deal. We can do this. Just want to do that before I forget. Alright, let's get that last bit of Dragonbone built. Bloodseeker. Your carry limit is... Does it actually say here? No, remarkably that information is not available on this screen. Weird. Probably fine though, right? Yeah, 625. Okay, so strength is not a priority on you. Take some wisdom. Well, I mean, except that you will potentially want to be able to wield a weapon. I don't think it's a super great concern though. Okay, so we need to pull you off of... Do I want to pull you off of this? Do I want you to make some fish salad? You know, if we're going to be making any kind of food, it should probably be baked fish. Oh, creatures of darkness that assail every home with vicious ferocity. Hey, look, it's the guard. Well, let us come to his aid. We should be able to win that fight pretty easily. And then we beg him to join us, right? Okay, so a bunch of resources we don't care a huge amount about. He does not join us, but he does give us his crummy horse. Made out of dragon bone and eggs. Alright, come on, show me a really good suit of armor. Trothvine. You know what, I'm gonna shore up my bad purple health a little bit. Because we definitely have way worse purple health than the other two colors. Ooh, Masterwork. Okay, we want to give the Masterwork one to Trothvine because we want that health increase. Well, I guess there's a... I was thinking we want the health increase because we want to use the... we want the Triglov's Chosen ability to be as powerful as possible. But given that Trothvine doesn't get played onto the table all that much, maybe we actually want to take advantage of the extra 6 points of shielding over here. It's only a 1% difference in health. So that puts you at 33 health with 34 shielding. Still pretty poor, actually. Yeah, we really need more max HP. Well, how much contribution do you get exactly from Strength and Perception? It's not super clear. So Great Morale, 110%. So his base value is 16, and then we're looking at 11.6 points made of these modifiers, right? Yeah. So he's getting... Oh, I'm dumb. I was looking at that strength, I was like, okay, so he has 4 strength, but it's not telling us what the contribution for this 4 strength is. No, for the 4 is the contribution. Sorry, it's been the weekend, you know. Okay, so each point of strength is 1 health. And then perception is 7.6 of 15.2, so it's just half. Okay, good to know. Well, we certainly are going to take red stats for Tomko at every opportunity. So, we need 3 more points, 3 more advancement points for perception weapons, 3 more advanced points for jewelry, and then we can start thinking about spending them on other things. It's a lot. It's a lot that we have to get still to be like maximally powerful. Of course, as we found last time, you do not have to be anywhere near maximally powerful to win. It's kind of weird. The mechanical systems of the game have a much greater, like, the top end is a lot higher than what you actually have to finish it. I'm wondering if we want to take Widowmaker out. I might leave Widowmaker at home. We should probably take Kryha with us, right? Yeah, let's do this. Does Kryha eat? Presumably she does, right? But she shouldn't. It's weird that she eats. Yeah, take 30 wood. Okay. That should be plenty, and I believe in this group's ability to accomplish the couple of simple challenges that we have laid out in front of us. Kryha, sadly, is not allowed to wear armor, but somehow can wield a weapon. What is this? I don't remember what this is. Divine Path Quest is over there. The Smith Legacy locations are down there. That's Lightbringer. Oh, this might be the witch that sent a Gadzon into our village. Yep, okay. Use our tracking skills, sneak in, kill the hell out of her. How dare she? Okay, 10 more coal, that's pretty cool. Some leather robes, which are pretty whatever. A bad gathering tool. No, kill her, because turmoil. Because turmoil is why. And then let's go and get some vengeance for this young lady, who we told we would get vengeance for. Feel pretty confident about this party. Like, I think we should be able to do some real damage out here. Bloodseeker almost certainly just wants to take crafting, and Kryha doesn't really scale with perception. Destiny and intelligence are both kind of... I guess intelligence is important because of the ghost skill that she has. I may as well take you guys out, too, as we're going past. It turns out we murder everybody. All problems can be killed. Also, we're so much stronger on this run than we were on the last run that I feel like we're going to have a lot fewer problems with picking up too much garbage and getting weighed down. And armed group approaches. So this is just a difficulty 3 group with a red banner over their heads, like the banner that occurs over monsters. I'm not sure what their deal is or if they're affiliated with any of the normal factions. Obviously, I don't want to like piss off the Slavians or anything. Although I guess we're not going to be able to get another kid from them anytime soon, so maybe it doesn't matter. Or we could just kill them, is my point. but I kind of want to know what they have on them. You have anything cool? Anything fun? No, it turns out mostly just garbage. I mean, 18 points of shielding is not too bad. A 0.8 modifier random blast scroll seems horrible. And I think I would much rather be using our javelins over this bow, even though the bow has a slightly higher attack modifier than our javelins do, because I love that first strike. Okay, I feel like first of all, we're pretty powerful here, and secondly, like, the town is now in better hands than it used to be, so I'm feeling a little more secure about our position. The group that Suri leads you to is none other than the spider silk traders you dealt with before. Oh, that's interesting. Venero walks over. Back again? I'm afraid we do not have more robes yet. Hold on. Let's make sure that these are the right people before we murder them on her behalf. A family? What? Oh no. He takes out an artifact and speaks an incantation to reveal one's true form, then shouts, "Show yourself, filthy fiend!" You see the girl who is following you, but her body now twists and turns as she sheds slabs of flesh and reveals a spider form. She keeps back, but hisses at him. Okay. But it's still not okay to murder a family of spiders. Or rather... Hold on, I have to be judgmental in a different way here. Because we're murderers this game. We're like professional murderers. But it's still okay for her to want revenge. We can't just be like, oh, you're a spider, now your claim is invalid. Let's ask for a little more story here. We did kill a nest of spiders. Those nasty beasts are a blood-sucking menace, to be sure. Killed many of our men before. Surely you also clear such nests. Yeah, but I also kill people like you. Well, if I admit that I do, obviously Spider Child is going to be mad at us. And we did tell her we'd get vengeance for her. I'm gonna stick to my word. I would do no such thing. Suri speaks, her voice more distorted, but still eloquent. I care not if you kill unthinking beasts. We kill and eat also, but mine was no mere nest. We are awakened. We pleaded for the lives of our children, and you laughed as you took the silk, slaughtered us, and condemned the young to a slow death. Yeah, okay. I've shaken my moment of indecision there. I'm back on the side of good. Let's kill these dudes. We could try to establish a dialogue between the two. We're gonna kill these dudes. So, I'm assuming that we're gonna be able to just take off with this. I kinda want to resolve it manually. No, I'll just take this outcome. I was gonna say I kinda want to resolve it manually for the sake of, seeing our new numbers in action, but I also don't want to, like, get too confident in myself and end up getting a worse result in an event than the auto-resolver was gonna give us. So we've seen that happen once or twice. Okay. You killed the traitors, though some of them escaped during the chaos. Suri bows before you. Thank you. I was not sure you would still stand with me after you knew I was not of your own kind. Here is my gift to you. Treat them well. Hey, cool. Another spider. This is an even better spitting spider than the one we already had. She crouches down, her body convulses and twists, and a spider comes out from under her. The spider crawls to you as a pet. Ask if the family those men killed was actually a nest of spiders. That's a weird thing to do. Why would that not be the case? Let's just take it and go. Okay. Reduction in Slavian loyalty, but it doesn't matter because we already got the kid from them, and if there was a Stinger's village nearby, like, you know, it would be neat if we were able to actually recruit from the Stingers. I think we're going to take this party out and do some more adventuring. We probably have the skills necessary to wrap up the Dwarves' Daughters event, so let's do that. Alright, we'll take Perception on you. If we get the option of taking some Strength on Tomko, like I said last episode, we absolutely will. I mean, if it gives me 2 Perception versus 1 Strength, I'll probably still take the Perception. But if we could gain a couple of points of Strength, I would be pretty happy to do so. I do appreciate how quickly people are leveling up. So we can get Brute Force or 2 points of physical shielding. Well... hold on. For her, Brute Force is just worse than Ghost Touch, right? It scales with Strength, Int, Mysticism, as does this. Yeah, and this has a 1.5 modifier with 6 seconds of delay, while this has a 0.9 modifier with 6.5 seconds of delay. Ghost Touch is just better, so we're certainly not gonna bother upgrading Brute Force, even though upgrading Unliving is also maybe bad. This is like a really weak level for her. Alright, hey, an advancement point. We're doing it, people. We're getting there. I do kind of wish we could, like, clear-cut some of the forest or just, like, establish roads or something. It's such a pain to move around near our village. You find the lake where Bonan's granddaughters may be hiding. You see several women dancing in a circle by the lake. There's a child sitting inside the circle, staring up in awe. Yeah, we're gonna let our scary lady wraith ghost resist the song, and then, hey, look at that, we found him. Okay, listen, it's none of my business. You know, I'm not personally involved. I'm just saying your granddad's worried about you. Maybe you want to come home. The third Rusaka frowns and whispers something to the two sisters. Anya turns to you again. Oh, we have to go now. We have to finish this dance properly. Sorry, are you going through an initiation by drowning that child? Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay. Obviously, we're not cool with this. But I know we're all like, Turmoil Red challenges, but I'm pretty sure that kicking the shit out of these little girls is not really what Bodan wants us to do. You see that Ava, the Quiet Sister, looks unsure about what is happening. Yeah, I think let's take this ending to the quest. Thanks to our very high perception, we can tell that she's not actually all the way in on this. Okay. Come on, we'll take you back to your mama. We got it. We got it. This is easy. Quests are easy. And then we may as well interact with this thing as well while we're out here. You find the cave where Anya and Ava definitely are not hiding. And we go in and find that it is abandoned. But as luck has it, you discover a hidden chamber and 40 rubies. Okay. Saves us a little bit of gathering time, I guess. Hunter's Mark or another point in Sneak Attack. Honestly, Sneak Attack is getting pretty alright. 34 points of damage. It is not very fast, I'll say that. But, like, what are the odds that I'm actually going to use Hunter's Mark? Lowers combat attributes and increases delay. You know, maybe we should take some Hunter's Mark. The Sneak Attack is a powerful red skill that's usable in concept challenges. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. It's also actually aimable, which is nice. This armed group of dudes, I mean, they don't have anything interesting to trade, right? We will fight them. We'll take fun stuff from their corpses. Okay, we got some meat and a bow that I would never use. I'm just living up to my god, you know? You come across an unusual group of travelers, a huge spider queen who is sitting atop a wagon, several smaller spiders rushing around her, a few bees flying, a Zerka, and a human warrior. Halt! Who goes? You know what? We're making good friends with the stingers this game. Let's keep that up. I see no reason to just murder these stingers. They cover the wagon, but you spot a lot of blood bones stashed away. They look at each other, and the Zerka speaks. You are not one of us, so we do not wish for your help. Please, leave us be. No. That is not how this is going to go. Well, I suppose we can share. We were forced out of our nest by humans who took offense at our beliefs. We worship the Lady Diavana, but we see her best reflected as the Spider Queen. Slavians felt we were disrespectful. They took our home and burned the young. Yeah, the Slavians really don't get along with the Stingers very well, huh? Well, I hate to be so mercenary about it, but the Slavians have sort of outlived their usefulness to us. We could get another person from them in like 150 turns or something. If you truly want to aid us reclaim our nest. Okay. I'm down to help you with your nest. I'll mark the spot where our nest lies. Please hurry before they destroy all we have worked so hard for. Oh, hey, free research material. That's actually, like, really nice. Okay, we'll do that on the way back to town. And in fact, speaking of free research material, let's get that done. And we don't have the best researchers left in town. This is not quite going to get us to 2. So you're, for some reason, not gathering. I just, like, spaced on putting you back on a thing. Get us some more fish. We're going to need fish. Okay. Hey, Bodan, good news. We saved your daughters, and they didn't drown even a single child. She doesn't really need, like, purple stuff is going to be her whole thing, and she is beyond needing strength for carrying reasons, especially since she can't wear armor, which is the heaviest thing anyway. Okay, the girls wanted to become true Rusakos by drowning a child, but I did a good job here. Alright, so there'll be no Rusako business under my roof. And we're just... Ask if perhaps someone should teach them about their heritage, but maybe in a safer environment. I didn't really think about this last time we accomplished the quest this way, and it wouldn't have been the same thing anyway, because we did not then have a dwarf. But now I have a dwarf in my party, and I'm wondering if we can maybe take the girls in to our city. Let's try this option. What, like a nice way to be a water demon? Okay. I was thinking about the other half of their heritage, but okay. Some golden medium armor, which is totally fine. A ruby mallet, which as far as mallets go is actually pretty good. Silver heavy armor, which is, yeah, absolutely okay. A pretty decent iron shield. And that was some okay loot. Trothvine is still leveling up remarkably quickly. Oh man, do I want to level up showing off again? The thing is, he's our best crafter by a large margin, so continuing to increase his crafting skill seems really valuable to me. And we're good enough at yellow challenges for the moment. Alright, you find the cave of the spider cult's nest. There are indeed Slavian guards posted. I mean, if we were just doing... This is just SB, do what you want to do. Obviously, I would try to talk them into leaving. Anybody who's watched me play any games knows that that is the way I like to do things, but we are followers of Treglov, and Treglov says, murder! You kill the humans and the spider cult approaches. Thank you, this is truly unexpected. Please harvest as much of the blood bones in these caves as you wish, and visit us again if you can. Okay, 35. And now we've created a Stinger village here. We could recruit strong spiders and trade with them. I guess let's recruit strong spiders. 1,000 gold for some cool spiders. Do you want this shield? I probably don't want to give them the shield. Wow, that silver heavy armor is really valuable. Okay, like what are we not going to use? We definitely don't need all of this armor. Like, there's basically no chance that we use these weaker leather robes. And then we don't need iron medium armor either, and then we can shore up the difference from here with just like grain. Okay. How strong are these spiders? Okay, about 3 bars. Not actually useful. And then also we can trade, but they don't have anything. Not anything that I care about. Nothing to do here for now. That's a shame. It's not really a village, so we can't like get quests from them or anything. We should probably head this way and deal with these things. So one of these is the Divine Path village. Oh, the other one's just that, or the Divine Path thing. The other one's just that that Slavian village that we spawned. Alright, we got our research done, so let's pull people. I don't want people doing a bit of research. That's a very inefficient thing. You know, we could actually use some more wood. Let the wood supply dwindle quite a bit. We have a lot of enchanted leather. Actually, we probably just need to start replacing the supply of Shadowbone. Okay, so Rain of Frogs is only useful in red and yellow challenges, and it hits absolutely everybody, and it's destiny-based. It just doesn't seem very useful. Keep leveling up Ghost Touch. Goes from 1.5 to 1.9. Yeah, wow, that's getting to be pretty powerful. I think we probably have what it takes. Oh, we should be camping, because we have some healing to do. It is probably the case that we can take on our Divine Path thing pretty safely now. The skies darken, and at first you think the black mist is descending. Gradually you realize that a shadow being is carefully examining each of you and nodding to itself, as if taking notes. Have you talents that shall marvel me? I don't know what kind of talents you're talking about. Uh-oh, runic symbols burn into your skin, each one slightly different. Some of you will now be compelled to perform trials, and you have a feeling they are not optional. Being finds you all lacking, so it throws a random 4 of you into a dark pit of black mist crawling with toxic insects. Try to crawl out. We should be able to pass a red concept challenge. Pretty easily, in fact. I suppose you aren't entirely useless. One of you may do as an oddity. Shadowy face turns away as if speaking into the mist. Well, you're a pointless waste of space. Someone or something is thrown out of the mist, but before you can have a look at it, the demon reaches to grab one of you. Yeah, let's quote-unquote defend ourselves. Perfect victory. Difficulty 4 challenges completely trivialized at this point. You easily defeat the demon, and it cries out as it is pulled back into the darkness. How splendid! I who collect will one day return for such specimens, and then an ellipsis and then a question mark, despite the fact that the question mark is definitely inappropriate, and honestly, I don't know that the ellipsis is appropriate here either. We got ourselves some blood jewelry. Honestly, that's okay. We could find a use for that, probably. He is gone, and you are instead left with his rejected collectible. It's a cool ghost. A very unfriendly ghost. Made out of purple stuff. And also a gem that I assume is crystallized Sunny D. Alright, Gatherer for you. Bloodseeker can go ahead and take some more strength, I guess? Not that it's needed, but like... this affects crafting. But maybe we should just take wits? What's your wits at? It's pretty low. Yeah, I'll take the intelligence. And Tomko... Man. Tomko, you're killing me here. So he doesn't need yellow stats at all, right? I think I'm going to take the point of mysticism just to bolster purple health. Your yellow health is not amazing. And we're never going to play you onto the table in a purple challenge. Yeah, I'll just take the intelligence. Tomko fights in yellow challenges by using perception, so the yellow stats are a little bit less valuable than they could be. Alright, we're getting pretty close to having enough advancement points to go after throwing spears. You come to the abandoned ruins of a stone-built kram, maybe, which some would call a temple in the Western dialects. Apart from the silence and dust, you see surprisingly few signs of decay. There are 2 distinct places of offering. You see symbols similar to those of the cosmic pantheon, but do not recognize the deity worshipped here. There is no sign of the crow that sent you here, but you feel that you are in the right place. There are 2 altars, so you are likely expected to leave an offering to the gods. So we could focus on our domain in the hopes that it will guide us correctly. A difficulty 4 purple concept challenge actually could be kind of difficult for us. Or spend time to really study the place so you can find the right path. I think we're more likely to be able to do... Oh, we're close enough to town that we get everybody. That's nice. I think we're more likely to be able to do the yellow challenge than the purple challenge, even though the yellow challenge is higher difficulty. Your divine connection allows you to sense the remains of faith in this kram. Tram? I have no idea. I'm going to actually... So that I don't have to keep going, hey, I don't know how this word's pronounced. Let's just look up how this word's pronounced. Nope, that's not right. Wikipedia is not helping me at all. Apparently, the problem is this is the name of a famous king. Let's see. Okay, well that's an X. I don't know how to read this pronunciation stuff. I'm going to keep saying cram. You see faint images of souls, long gone, and you know the 2 altars correspond to the 2 domains this deity served, turmoil and nature. You know that you need to place an offering on only one of the altars. For the offering to turmoil, which is your lead domain, offer any melee weapon as tribute. Okay, we have spare melee weapons. We can do that. Ooh, wait, do we? I might have sold all the spare melee weapons. Well, whatever. If we end up having to give up one of the weapons that like somebody is using, we could just build new ones. Offer... Oh no, that's right, we just got a club. Yeah, we have some terrible garbage. Here. Have this terrible... Well, actually though, I wonder if we'll get in trouble if we leave a bad offering. Maybe we should put up something good. As good as this ruby mallet is, I'm not going to use a mallet. Crown shakes, and a gust of wind throws dust in your eyes. After you rub it away, you see the crown through a thin veil of green light, but as it must have stood many centuries ago. A voice issues forth. Your offering is insulting, chosen. What seek you here? Wow. That offering was so bad we lost strength. That was like a pretty good mallet. That was 3 bars of quality. Strength loss is not a huge deal. For Trothfine, though. I came seeking knowledge? No, I came to unlock my true potential as the Chosen, in fact. Yes, this is clear. I've granted you my boon. For your offering was true. It was insulting, but also true. As the world shattered, so has the memory of the divine. If you can piece together the past, your future will hold strong. I am the Chosen of Triglav. I will destroy the past and the future. And anyone I meet in either of those places. Fascinating. And yet you search for the truth still. Well, Chosen of the god of anger and flames, beware of your temper. Listen to your hidden self, not just the surface wrath that you were molded from. As my father Perun once told me, war cannot sustain your soul forever. His father was Perun, why isn't he a god of the pantheon then? I was, for a brief time, but my divine spark faded as my followers diminished. Some will say I failed to inspire them, that I was not ready. Others will say Mokosh is not the homely mother that folk think her to be. And am I not her son, after all? Who is Mokosh? I do not wish to speak of her. She is the mother of all the gods of the tree. Okay, I think we knew that already, right? Okay, why was I sent here? What does it have to do with unlocking my potential? You can see the black feather of the wise crow on your shoulder, Chosen. Still, gods have forgotten who they are, acting out of instinct, unrooted. I suspect my father's fate has everything to do with it. Memory of my father faded, but his might remains. Go to the ice plains, find the rod. Your lucky Perun will surely reward you with the clarity you seek. Okay, ice plains. Gonna go out on a limb here and assume that it's the white-colored island. We will need a boat. We should probably chat with the Slavians real quick. First of all, I should trade with them and see if they have any coal. Do we want to gain Destructive Words or Divine Word? Well, we do already have Will Drain. There's a 1.0 modifier on Mysticism. Whereas this is a 1.3 modifier on Wisdom, even when it's used in purple challenges. Yeah, I like Will Drain better. This is going to give us some self-protection, and we already have Energy Disturb, right? I don't know. I don't think either one of those are particularly meaningful. Okay, trade, please. So basically, yep, that's all I was looking for. I mean, I'll take this stuff too. May as well take their different kinds of food. And they do have a book. You know what, let's grab the book. A piece of jewelry I don't care about. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So, less than 700 value. I have to say, I am pretty sure we're going to be able to generate that. Like, these are pretty weak crafting tools, honestly. I think I'm fine with, like, putting up this crafting tool and then a little bit of fish. Just like a tiny little bit of fish. Okay. Never have enough coal. So do I feel up to taking on the Red Ridgers yet? I would like to wait until we get one more advancement point, and then build ourselves some javelins. To be honest with you, I thought this was going to come a little bit faster. We could force it by doing little bits of research. We could also just explore a little further to the east and hope we run into like a terrain artifact or something. Oh, I should be gathering. I'm just like moving around. I'm trying not to do the tedious part, which does sometimes happen. Also, snow. Man. Must we? Must we with the snow? Alright, how are we doing on goods over here? We've mostly replaced our fish supply. We're actually gathering pretty slowly. There we go. That is a high-level boar. Okay, not super pleased with the fact that they were able to jump me from the dark like that, but I think we should be able to do a difficulty 3 serious injuries, huh? Lost half or more of their hit points. That's fine. If they actually manage to get our faith low enough for it to matter, we can just do a ritual. Because we bought herbs. I'm surprised we took so much damage there. Fighting the boar, I mean. Oh, what are you? Huh. Well, let's head for the high ground over here. We'll make camp, and I may as well... Oh, that ritual requires more herbs than we have. I don't really want to burn... you know what? It's just 5 fish. That's fine. These things are all extremely replaceable. Alright, give me one of those just in case we run into more Lightbringers before we are naturally healed. Okay, so not a ton of value up here. Find a small, secluded pond surrounded by high grass and weeping willows bowing their sorrowful heads into the silvery surface. There's a figure sitting on the shore, hunched and clearly deep in thought and concern. Well, hold on, let's not just murder him right away. Ah, visitors, pray come here and help, for I have a conundrum to solve, and the matter is grave indeed. You feel you cannot possibly refuse. It doesn't sound like we necessarily need to refuse. We could, like, just do this and run away. But I'm a little worried that if we... What I'm thinking is, if we took this challenge and then just conceded it immediately, it sounds like we would just be pulled into, like, dealing with a riddle or something. But let's try to maintain control, I suppose. Despite the Vodnik's silver tongue and magic weaves, you are not fooled. The creature cries out in disappointment and disappears in the waters. You feel an ominous presence as you, too, leave the area. We also gained a permanent point of wits, which seems awesome. What a good reward. Alright, show me some terrain artifacts. Oh no, we don't have enough... Darn it, I don't have enough movement to jump those guys. That's a shame. A group of elderly humans approaches you. Invite them to join you. I'm professor, we're scholars. If you let us stay with you, we'll teach you a thing or two. Yeah, they're going to give us points of stats, right? I'm all the way into points of stats. Okay, well, wisdom on Tomko is maybe not very useful, but that's fine. I was hoping for maybe intelligence on the Wraith. That would have been cool. Should we talk to these scavengers? I mean, it's only 1 point of movement. We could attack them, but we could potentially recruit from them if we do a good job here. I don't remember what our... Ooh, awesome. I don't remember what our rep with them is right now. I don't think it's very high. A group of scavengers stands before you. That's... Why? Why would you see this and go, yeah, we should fight those guys? One of us is a terrifying ghost. We didn't even have an option not to engage in combat there. Tomko definitely takes outmaneuver over more gathering. And Kryha, boy, we are just... They are determined to never give us an interesting choice of skills for her, huh? Alright, let's knock this out on their behalf. It's spring, hooray! Oh, we do have a crow of our own. We could dominate the crows, but that's not really what they asked us to do. I'm just gonna, you know, knock out the whole crow's nest. We are at 7. 7 is not where I want to be. It might not be worth it to get all the way to 50 with them. A group of goblin travelers approaches, asking for shelter. We've had bad outcome from this event before, haven't we? By taking them in, and things not work out quite the way I would want to. or want them to. So we could just have at them right now. The thing is, if we could make friends with the goblins, I think that would be a valuable thing to do. I would love it if we could recruit a goblin. Let's try to be helpful. They pass around a strange weed, and soon we see visions of the spirits. There's a chance the spirits imparted wisdom to you as well. Why does Tomko get all the stats? That said, I'm pretty down for free points of statistics. What's the deal with these guys who are assailed by the unliving? Ooh. Spread your unliving flesh or scent on your allies so your kin will think you're all friends. I'm actually really curious where this goes. Will we get to, like, talk to them? Oh no, okay, it just causes the fight not to happen. I wanted there to be like a conversation, or we get to trade with the undead or something. Alright, search some ruins, we follow a trap, we find some dudes all infected by the light. Okay, mostly what I'm doing here is gaining research points. I don't really care about the outcome of these ruin events too much. But that is gonna push us over very, very soon. Yeah, let's scout the area first. Let's try to reason with them. Your words come just in time. The unliving stop in their tracks, look at you for a moment, then nod and walk off aimlessly. She has some impressive control over her brethren. Wow! The reward from that event is considerable. That is a hell of an axe. And then that's actually a pretty good gathering tool as well. This is a good gathering tool now. I would not have been happy to see this at the beginning of the game. Okay, we should interact with these guys now while we have the ability to jump them with Red Challenge. An iron club that's kind of garbage, scaled jewelry that we won't use. I do appreciate how many ruins there are left on this landmass. You come across some slavers. They stop and show you their wares. I attack slavers, right? We could quote-unquote free some slaves into our society. Difficulty 5. I'm confident we can win a difficulty 5 red challenge. Okay, you kill the slavers, but soon find they have destroyed most of their stock rather than let you have it. That's rough. We got a carrier goat, and also like a bunch of leather and bone. So if I had just traded with them, we could have bought slaves, I'm sure, but I was... First of all, like, kill slavers, right? Obviously. And secondly, thinking that we could maybe still get them. I underestimated the degree of spite. I think I'm going to take the point of perception over the 2 points of wisdom. The 2 points of wisdom are definitely better for actually crafting stuff. Nah, I should take the wisdom. I was just thinking, like, we're going to want Trothvine to be present in combat anyway, and taking perception does boost his health while also making him better at using the javelins that we will give him. But he should be better at crafting the javelins. I think that's the most useful thing he could do. Okay, search the old ruins so you realize a dark foreboding mist is descending upon you. Call upon turmoil or magic to shield me from the darkness. Your domain shields you. Still uneasy from the experience, you can try to search the place for loot. I love loot. You have skilled wise ones with you. Battle this force. Yeah, I mean, the ghost should be able to win a difficulty 2 purple challenge on her own. You defeat the darkness and can now attempt to siphon its power. Yeah, siphon its power. That didn't work. It does not sit well with your divine domain. A spirit sickness befalls you. See, I thought it would, because, turmoil is a domain of darkness, isn't it? Like, we can resist light with turmoil, and when we use our domain in that light spirit versus dark spirit challenge, it allies us with the dark spirit. I don't know. Whatever. Not a big deal. A normal wooden spear. Okay. Well, we got some absolute garbage. Also, slightly overburdened. I thought our carry limit was going to be better than that. Well, we have this goat. Yeah, you use this goat. That won't get us all the way to not being overburdened, but it will reduce the degree to which we are overburdened, which will reduce the movement penalty of being overburdened. So, hold on. Some people have talked to me about recycling items. I don't actually know how it works. How do you recycle a thing? Okay. This mode is on. Click an item to destroy it and recover part of the materials it was made of. So we don't need to be, like, at the town where the forge is or anything. So let's say I wanted to recycle... See, this stuff is valuable, but it's also heavy. Hold on. Let's sort items by their weight. Okay, I like our Shadow Battle Axe. We're probably never going to use this, and it is 130 pounds. Okay. And then, like, I'm never going to use this thing. It's 95 pounds. This is remarkably valuable for being just a piece of iron on the end of a stick. Break that down into amber. We can break this down. We're getting close. We don't need these they're pretty light, though. Actually, I'm totally comfortable breaking that down. We're not going to use this crafting tool. See, I would like to keep the suits of armor together for trade value, because they really are valuable. That shield's pretty valuable. The axe I actually think we might even want to use. We certainly don't need this thing, and this thing has no trade value at all. And then... we also do, we're just carrying a lot of heavy trade materials. Yeah, I don't know, we could break down another piece of equipment. We're only very, very slightly overburdened. What I need to do is trade, actually. That scavenger village is pretty distant at this point. Oh, we're so close. Let's just drop a little something, I guess. Am I allowed to recycle, like, the pet? This is the good spinning spider. I don't want to recycle you. Also, you don't actually weigh anything. They have legs, you know, they can just walk. Let's, maybe just throw away some garbage we don't need then. Yeah, like, I have actually no use for this iron. Recycle mode off. Is this how you just throw things away? Yep, that totally worked. Okay. We have created an expedition that is just a small amount of iron laying on the ground. Okay, another scavenger village over here. No terrain artifacts or anything. Maybe what we should do is just come home and get ready to travel to Iceland. But for right now, what we can do is grab the recipe for making... I think we want to go throwing spears, because we want to stick to our first strike strategy. I don't know that it is necessarily the case that it's better to do, like, pole arms with first strike than it is to do just axes that are super fast and incredibly high damage, but I do know that first strike combines very well with the Triglav's Chosen ability. So let's go ahead and max out our throwing spear ability and look at building some cool throwing spears. So we don't want them to be super heavy. If we were to go just like Dragon Bone all the way, because it's double purple essence, we could make some spears that would be useful in purple challenges, which is kind of cool. That does just give us life leech, though. And what I would really like is... well, I mean, shield leech would be ideal. Is that the symbol? I can't remember. Is that the symbol for shield leech? It is. So I would like to make them out of stone and something. Stone and... metal is true strike. That's not too bad. Like, stone and stone is pretty crummy. It does, you just get the shield leech. Stone and bone is totally fine. Make you pretty hard to kill. I think I would rather have the metal, though. Which means that we probably want to, we don't want to make it out of metal right now because we don't have access to any good metals. If we were going to try to make stuff out of metal, we would want to pick up an advanced kind of metal, like make stuff out of mithril, maybe. And we have some mithril in the bank, I believe. No, it's not. Is that not the case? Oh, I might have used our mithril for something. Yeah, I don't remember. I thought we got some mithril earlier, but I must have used it. Okay. Whatever. I guess we're not that far from having actually seen all of the tiles over here. We may as well finish looking around for terrain artifacts, because terrain artifacts are extremely valuable. Find a small abandoned house. Most of it has collapsed, but you see sign that someone tried to move the debris to get something, but their efforts failed. Well, it turns out we are incredibly strong. Perhaps this was a bandit hideout. Much of the equipment has rotted away, but there's a little bit of salvageable stuff here. Okay. So we're gonna get overburdened again, but thankfully we are right next to a city this time. Let's just try to convert some of this stuff into actual trade value. Like, I'm not going to use the silver heavy armor. There's nothing wrong with it. But maybe we can get some lighter stuff from them in exchange. It was 168 pounds. I'm not 100% clear on... Like, is it each vegetable is 1.5 pounds, or is it having a stack of vegetables in your inventory is 1.5 pounds? I assume it's each vegetable. We're talking about 168. I mean, we still end up way lighter here. But we're not going to get good trade value. Yeah, what we really need to do, honestly, is just truck all this heavy garbage home. That's a real shame. Alright, what do we have that's a little bit closer? Like, okay, this is a better trade. We could get 780 value from them while losing a lot of weight. I don't really need a leather artifact or a wooden artifact. They have such bad stuff. Yeah, man, I don't know. We could take some clay, I guess? I can't take all that clay. Clay is actually pretty valuable. Clay is weirdly valuable, so that should be a pretty significant loss of weight. Good trading with you, now bugger off. Hey. Hey, buddy, I'd be careful talking to me like that. Don't you know who I am? Let's get up on the high ground. Looks to me like we may not find any more terrain artifacts around here. There's a cool magic forest. Kryha doesn't really need wisdom. Like, wisdom makes you better at town stuff, but I actually think I'm just going to take a point of wits here. Wow, another Slavic village. Apparently this is the part of the island where all of the civilization is. Oh yes, I will absolutely pay for the removal of a curse. What is the least valuable stuff we have? Honestly, the odds that I would want to do anything with granite are pretty low, and granite's actually quite heavy. This might seem a little silly, but I'm going to trade away some of our heavier garbage. I know we just traded for these, but like, here, have some wood as well. I'm trying not to be too particular. Like, there's definitely a part of me. We're really at 2861. I'm gonna drop just like anything. You know what I don't need is steel. There we go. That gets us under our carry weight. Apparently, if we like just leave garbage on the ground, it stays there forever. You can still see the other thing over there. Okay, there's a dark patch of thundering clouds being dragged around by this Kazart. You know, we never have taken the attack it option. I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens. The creature himself has escaped. Nothing bad happened. We got some loot that we don't really care about. All in all, a pretty whatever sort of deal there. Yeah, man, we are really moving slowly at this point. These damn dwarf legs. Yeah, the little bit of extra damage that we're dealing on our Triglaov's Chosen ability might not be worth the loss of movement from not equipping the horse. It's entirely possible. Fortunately, we have like there's no real time pressure here. Being slow just means we hit end turn more often, but like we're not really desperate for food. I'm not even bothering to gather, but we could very easily be gathering more food. Well, we'll definitely take perception. Oh, hey, look, a natural source of gold. Yeah, it's a shame that, thrown spears and javelins and stuff are... Wow, that's a really large enemy group. Super easy to kill, but quite large. A thick, sickly fog has descended upon the village. There are too many possible bad fiends to narrow them down without mystical knowledge, so just gather the sick and care for them. Unfortunately, we don't have mystical knowledge in the village right now. Okay, we remained alive, and we even gained some max HP. Also, we found a swamp. It's dark, and you can barely see your path, but there seems to be a light flickering in the distance. A campsite, perhaps. Yeah, alright, I will allow myself to be lured by this. You walk toward the flickering light, deeper and deeper into the swamps, yet you seem to get no closer to the source. Now that you think about it, these must be Hotchlicks or their cousins, jack-o'-lanterns, tricky little things that like to lure folk into all sorts of trouble with lantern-like butts. They have been known to hoard loot from unfortunates who fall to their trickery. I love loot. Yeah, let's just play dead and wait for them to come and investigate, and then we'll kill them and take all their stuff. You pretend to fall into the swamp and scream your dying words. Silence falls, and soon the lights flicker ever closer. A swarm of tiny lights arrives. Okay, now we jump them. Attack! Now you find some things they carried, but no real treasure. Yeah, alright. Oh, they also had a ton of heavy metals. So we're just gonna head from here, straight line back home. Down to 2 points of movement now. I'm not sure that it's gonna take us more turns to walk home without managing our inventory, but I'm not sure that it will actually take more time than doing tedious inventory management, so I'm not gonna bother, basically. Okay, a secluded old hut. We've seen some weird consequences from this event in the past, I believe. But hey, now we have a ghost with us to help us deal with the haunting presence here. Let's enter the house and look for stuff. There will likely be a spirit. As you step into the house, the doors and shutters slam shut, leaving you in the darkness. Oh no. Consider what type of spirit presence we're talking about. Aha! So because we have a ghost, we can enter the Grey World and try to defeat the angered spirit there. We should be able to do that, right? Yeah. No problem. Plus 1 point of destiny on a couple of people. The dark spirit is defeated, and the house becomes just another old wreck. We got ourselves a silver club. Oh good, more heavy stuff. Aha, a terrain artifact. Awesome. I'm very pleased to see this. Two terrain artifacts, you don't say. Well, let's, do we have the stuff to do another ritual here? Yes, we picked up more herbs. I'm comfortable with this. Let's purple stuff up here. Oh, that didn't happen before the beginning of the challenge here. What we're going to do here is resolve manually. We're just going to retreat on this one because we're too damaged to fight them. Retreat, take the hit, then gain purple at the beginning of our turn, and then kill them with our weapons. The way our gods intended. Ooh, Void Sparkler. That's cool. What is that? That is an Earth Core. Neat. Alright, it's going to take a second for us to put all this together. We'll get this done, we'll run home, and then we'll end the episode there, and then we will prepare to head into the Ice Realm next episode, and we will figure out a plan for having more carrying capacity. Okay, we discovered a source of monster bone. Okay, so we should be able to with these and the amount of advancement we have toward this next advancement point, we should be able to pretty easily get what we will need to make books, or instead of that, we could develop some skill at refining metals so that we can make a more effective group of javelins. That actually might be the good way to do it. Okay, we hit this dark spirit thing again. We should be able to get through aiding the spirit of darkness. 3 points of destiny. So yeah, it really does seem like doing red challenges does not provide you with constantly escalating red stats the way that purple challenges provide you with purple stats. And that's a shame, because that's really powerful. Like, that's a really powerful thing. And it makes pursuing a purple path just way better than what we're doing now. Alright, observe the sick people. It could be a Manoviac. Let's see. Let's find out. It was. Kill the blob with fire. A sudden gust of wind heralds the coming of a dirt storm. I'm not stopping for a dirt storm. I got places to be. Okay, cool. Permanent strength gain. Dirt gets in everywhere. You choke and struggle, but you persevere and come out stronger for it. Okay, right, that's the nest. For a second there, I was not sure what I was seeing. Oh man, we might actually have to ditch stuff to cross the river. I'm not sure how this is going to work with us only having 2 points of movement. Oh, she can just naturally learn Ice Spike. That's pretty cool. It would be a lot better if her intelligence was higher. I'm just going to go ahead and max out Ghost Touch, I think. And then Bloodseeker is a crafter. Probably we take the intelligence there. And then Bogdan may as well. Well, you know what? I'm just going to grab a point of wisdom. I'm Bogdan. Oh no, some of our resources are gone. Fortunately, we should be very good at tracking thieves. Where did they thief off to? Okay, right next to that Slavian village. Shouldn't be a problem to deal with that. You're ambushed by goblin bandits. What were they thinking? Okay, they had some bad iron javelins. Yep, our carry weight has become such a problem that we now only have 1 point of movement. We need more bodies. So let's disassemble some of this heavy weaponry that's not actually any good. This is a masterwork bone artifact, but it still actually has a pretty poor modifier. Don't need you. Definitely don't need you. Shield is heavy and not actually that good of a shield, and also not really that valuable. These robes are not heavy. Hold on. Sort me by weight again. This book is fine? I don't know. Yeah, I guess we're not really having a problem generating trade value, right? We may as well just break down some of this heavy stuff. I'm going to keep the Shadow Battle Axe. If we were going to make heavy armor for the purpose of red shielding, we can make better armor than this, and trade value is completely irrelevant. I should not be stressed about that anymore. And then we could just drop some heavy garbage. 3 movements, good enough. For now, let's just get over to this quest thing, and then head back home. It would be kind of nice, though, with the weight limits and everything, to be able to decline loot. I don't know exactly what the interface solution for that problem would be, and I guess developing one would be enough work that maybe it's not even worth doing. But it would be kind of cool if you could, like, maybe when you get loot in a situation like that, everything starts checked. We can't move through these guys, that's annoying. Convince them you're friendly. Cool. Oh, hey, research material. Nice. I suppose we could have people start to research. I was kind of waiting for everybody to get back home, but this is fine. But yeah, maybe everything starts in a checked state, so it's not any more work than it is now to take everything. But you could just uncheck items on that loot screen if you didn't want to pick them up and then have to throw them away. I am pretty bummed out about the fact that there's not a single space anywhere near us that is only a single point of movement to get into. Excuse me. We could parlay with them, but I think what we'll do instead is kill the hell out of them. Alright. Reclaim our goods. Hey, they stole some of my baked fish. Okay, a little bit of loyalty with the scavengers to undo some of the damage that we have done on that front. Probably don't want luck anymore. I think the experience gain value of luck is pretty low at this point. But then Poison Dagger is also pretty poor. I guess the value of Poison Dagger is that it is really extremely fast. So it'll let you do a little tiny bit of damage underneath enemy attackers if you weren't quite able to defeat them before they would get a turn normally. So there are 3 turns on that. We can start doing this research as well. Let's just burn through these. Yeah, a little bit of adventuring is really good for your advancement points. This is a well-designed system. Like it's definitely tempting in a game like this to just sit in town and generate resources. But advancement points is a bottleneck, and then the relative difficulty of earning advancement points in town versus the relative ease of earning them from going out and adventuring is this system ends up with some really nice effects. Okay, so you can finish that on your own while the rest of us get back to resource gaining for like a turn. And we'll figure things out later. We'll figure everything else out. We should definitely be power gathering grain right now. And it turns out we might really want to get a lot of iron. Because I'm thinking we're going to need to do some refining, maybe. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Do we have enough dark wood? Here, come off the dark wood, work on Shadowbone instead. Alright, so we do that for a turn. Finishes our research material. Please don't waste your time on this. Okay, I'm just going to have everybody assigned to a thing as we end the level here. You can help with this, I guess. Yes, we have 4 advancement points and part of the way to a 5th. So what we could do with these advancement points is pick up the ability to refine metals. Right? We could get as high as Mithril. That leaves us without the ability to make our own books, but we do have like a sort of okay book. And we only have 1 person in the party who's going to use a book anyway, so spending 3 advancement points for this feels a little non-ideal. So yeah, maybe what we want to do is pick up the ability to refine metals so that we can make ourselves a better class of throwing spear. I think that's likely to be the case, but I'll think on it. I'll consider it overnight, and we'll see if that is actually the plan when we start recording tomorrow. So thank you all so much for watching. That is going to be it for us for today. Come back tomorrow, next time, when we make ourselves some totally sick throwing spears, and then we take them up to Ice Troll Country and find something to throw them at. And we'll see you then.